Welcome to PM Movie Recaps. Today's pick is a horror and thriller of 2011, 247 Fahrenheit. If you're ready, let's enjoy the video. While driving, Jenna and her boyfriend, Jamie, meet with an accident. Jamie dies from his injuries and Jenna screams in shock. 3 years later, Janet is coping with her past tragedy. She meets with her friends Renee, Renee's boyfriend Michael, and his friend Ian. They invite her to stay the weekend with them in a lakeside cabin owned by Ian's uncle Wade. They sail off to the cabin and are greeted by Wade along with his friendly dog named Bo. Gina has a passion for photography, so she captures every moment. The group of friends settled in the cabin and plan on attending a party, since there is a festival happening around the nearby town at night. Jenny goes to her room and refuses to take her pills for PTSD so she could have fun with her friends. They all settle in, and while Renee and Michael make love in the bedroom upstairs, Jenna and Ian get to know each other over beers. After dinner, Wade bids goodbye, mentioning that he may not be around while they are away at the party, since he has work to do. The group gets fascinated when they discover a sauna Wade has built. As they contemplate spending some time together in the sauna, Jenna is not very keen on having any fun at all. Renee comes over to her and kindly tells her that she does not have to do anything that would make her uncomfortable. Michael and Ian first enter the sauna, followed by Renee. Not wanting to disappoint her friends, Jenna enters the sauna feeling shy and unsure. While they enjoy spending time inside, the temperature gets warmer, so Ian proposes swimming at the lake. They go outside, jump in the lake and swim in it. After a while, when it gets too cold outside, they all decide to head back inside the sauna, trembling and cold. Michael gets high from all the drinks and weed he had earlier and tries to make out with Renee, but she rebuffs his sexual advances and goes inside the sauna to be with Ian and Jenna. This upsets Michael and he decides not to go in. Renee is disappointed in Michael's behavior and Jenna tries to comfort her. Suddenly the trio hear a loud noise outside of the sauna. Assuming it's Michael, Renee says that she is so sick and tired of his drama. She calls him a kid and expresses her concern over having to take care of him all the time. Renee ultimately decides to leave the sauna, but the door is locked from the outside. As Ian tries to open the locked door, Jenna gets extremely frightened and starts to panic, saying she does not want to die inside the sauna. Renee assures her that nobody is going to die. Ian tries to break the door but it does not budge. The trio think it is just one of Michael's pranks since they all know he's mad at Renee, which they don't find amusing. Ian points out that there is a chance Michael might not come back for them, assuming that they had all gone to the party without him. They soon realize that they are trapped in the sauna. As the temperature continues to rise, Jenna tells them that they will soon suffer a heat stroke if they don't find a way out. They find a hidden thermostat, but Ian figures out that it can only be controlled from outside. Since Ian believes it would alter the temperature, they can't risk destroying it. Then Ian gets an idea. He grabs a steaming hot rock, cools it in some water and attempts to break the small window on the door. After several tries he breaks it open and they all take turns gasping for air as the temperature rises even higher. They see that a ladder which was nearby has fallen and it is what's blocking the door. But Renee still thinks that Michael did it on purpose to trap them inside the sauna. Ian bandages his injured hand, while Jenna and Renee argue on what to do next. Ian tries to mess with a light ball to blow up the fuse, supposing that it would put out the power and stop the heating, but he gets electrocuted and falls to the floor. The lights inside the sauna go off, but the temperature keeps rising. Meanwhile, Wade is handling the fireworks for the festival nearby with another guy. As the trio sit inside the sauna in darkness, they hear Bo barking outside. Bo tracks their screams, begging for help from the back of the house. Understanding that they need help, the dog keeps barking. Michael shows up nearby and is confused as to why Bo is barking. When the trio hear Michael, they start screaming for help, but just then the fireworks begin. The noise of the fireworks drowns their call for help. Bo runs up to Wade and barks, but Wade disregards his barking, assuming that the fireworks scared the dog. When they try to leave in the pickup truck, the dog jumps out and they bump into Michael. Michael clearly thinks the three left him and attended the party since he couldn't help himself from getting high. The two hang out and start a conversation as Michael explains that he wasn't permitted to catch up at the party with the group, since he didn't have a ticket and return home. So Wade invites Michael to his place to hang out. Since Bo does not want to get in the truck, they leave him behind. Back at the sauna, the situation escalates as the group runs out of water to drink and Renee gets sick from the temperature. Renee ultimately decides to break the controller, thinking it would lower down the temperature, but is stopped by Jenna, who inadvertently strikes her head, leaving her unconscious. Jenna starts freaking out and Ian moves Renee away from the heater. Mad at herself for knocking out her friend, Jenna frantically decides to break the thermostat herself. As Ian feared, It does in fact increase the temperature inside the sauna. All of a sudden Ian becomes hysterical and burns himself badly in an attempt to prevent the steamer from heating the room out of control. He breaks it and the steamer blows up, killing him. The explosion frees the door and Jenna steps out in shock. She grabs a bottle of water from the refrigerator and gulps it down. Then she wanders around the cabin, reaching her bedroom when she hears Renee's voice calling out her name. Just then, Jenna wakes up from unconsciousness, realizing that she is still trapped in the sauna and she was only hallucinating. She finds Renee alive and drags her to the small window to breathe. As Renee cannot stand up, Jenna uses a strip from a towel to keep her hanging straight. The explosion causes the natural gas to escape from the duct and the girls struggle to breathe. The gas makes Jenna dizzy, but she crawls over to where the heater was and discovers the leak. She manages to block the leak with a wooden stick just in time. While all this is happening, Michael returns to the cabinet and casually walks around the house after grabbing a beer. Mad at his friends for leaving him behind, he sits on the couch and smokes up. While falling asleep, he has flashbacks of him absent-mindedly knocking over a wooden ladder, setting it against the sauna door. Then the ladder gets wedged between the door and a raised floor when Renee tried to leave earlier and Ian stopped her. Michael continues to sleep through this flashback. Meanwhile, Wade arrives at the cabin and discovers the two girls alive. The police and the paramedics arrive and Wade tries to explain that all this happened while he was away. Sitting on the porch, Michael cries and says, "I'm sorry." Michael is devastated since this accident happened because of his negligent drunk behavior. Inside the ambulance, Jenna opens her eyes and sees Renee on a stretcher next to her. She holds her wounded hand and cries tears of relief. Thank you for watching, but before leaving, please make sure that you click subscribe and turn on the notification so that you can enjoy watching more videos like this.